Expect up and down doors, fast basketball. These teams prefer to operate in the half court. They're very methodical, but fun to watch.
Hey, good basketball, regardless of the pace at which it's run, is good basketball. And with these two teams, movement, screening, high IQ offensive basketball, I'm here for that.
So the next starting five. Cam Thomas is out there with the Anthony Melton. Then it's Williams. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Clowney in at the 4 spot. Now, here's Adebayo. In the corner, it's Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Adebayo. Over Claxton. And the rejection by Claxton. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Melton against Hero. In a screen on Burks. Goes up on the wing. Thomas, no good.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And not too long ago, Doris, there were such high hopes for the Nets' future.
I mean, think about it, Kevin. A few years back, people were talking about Brooklyn being a dynasty in the making. They were loaded with talent. And for a lot of reasons, it fell apart pretty quickly. How fine is that line between success and failure in the league? Incredible.
For Miami, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Adebayo with the bucket.
No hesitation from Adebayo there. Had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
Melton kicks to Thomas. Back to Melton. Thomas sets a screen for Melton. No good from outside. The Heat have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Adebayo down low. Thomas is on him. Adebayo passes to Ware. 6 to shoot. Good ball movement here by the Heat. This one for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Ware's got 6.
Well, really nice delivery from Andrew Wiggins. We know he's a gifted scorer, but that will really smooth out his game.
And again, it's the Nets missing. And here are the Heat. It's been 8 unanswered points for them. And the Heat, another 3.
Beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And the basket by Thomas.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now here's Thomas from the arc, from beyond the arc, and then some. He has 5.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Melton passes to Claxton. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. They got some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Now, here's Mitchell. Robinson, that's good.
Way been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
You know, D.A., we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you. And here is Johnson following the three from Davion Mitchell. Nailed from three-point land.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Mitchell passes to Larson. Love with a wide-open look. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Nets trail by 7. Russell feeling it out a bit. Claxton a screen on Robinson. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Johnson. Here's the three. And no good that time. Deflects the pass, and so it's Miami, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Miami.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
Duncan Robinson out there with Kyle Anderson. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Jovic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
The three-pointer becomes a very high percentage shot when he's that wide open. You better get a hand in his face.
And you talk about complementary pieces, Doris. Cam Johnson could fit on any team in the NBA.
And that is because, Kevin, he has got one of the most valuable skills in the game today. That's range shooting. He's got size and a quick release, and he just continues to grow on the defensive end.
Williams dishes to Johnson. Up top, Russell. He's covered by Hero. Russell, no good. The Heat leading by 4. Jovic passes to Anderson. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Claxton. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Right side, Russell. Drills the baseline jumper. Russell's got his first bucket in this one.
In catch-and-shoot situations, you've got to be balanced and in control. Mr. Russell, well done.
To the wing right side. Here's Larson. Miami no good on that time either. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Robinson against Russell. Claxton a screen on Robinson. Again, Russell missing. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Miami Heat. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Robinson for 3. Johnson with the rebound. Brooklyn trailing. Claxton finds Russell. Trying to find Hero. He gets it to him. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Ware's checked in, and Bam Adebayo subbed in for Kyle Anderson.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Hero against Russell. Has to Ware. Wiggins surveying the floor. Outside for Robinson. From outside the arc. Ware, no good. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Drills the three-pointer.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. And he stays with it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And one of the more active big men in our league. Adebayo never stops working.
And the Heat with some changes. Alec Burks comes in for Duncan Robinson. And it's Mitchell in for Hero. The recent history of the Nets. You know, Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And, Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times. But they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group.
Traps in the tray. And the Heat lead by 2.
Now, Burks is a lethal three-point threat. This guy has such an effortless shooting stroke.
Near the three-point line, it's Lewis. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Miami's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Wiggins kicks to Adebayo. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Adebayo with a screen for Burks. No good on the 3. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Oh, 44 seconds left in the first half. And DeAnthony Melton picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Second team foul.
43 seconds left in the first half of the game.
Brooklyn foul.
The Heat shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And take a look back at last season and what a season it was for them from the free throw line. 82% as a group.
Whitehead's checked in for Williams. Nets trail by 4. Pass to Whitehead. There's 31 seconds left in the first half of basketball. From deep, Thomas. Rebound by the Heat. They've led by as much as 10. Burks against Thomas. Burks looking around. Adebayo the screen. Fires the 3. That shot off. He gets it up. It's tipped. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Heat lead by 4. It's time. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You gotta like what Cam Johnson has done in this game.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy. Ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Thomas. He's out there with DeAnthony Melton. Nicholas Claxton out there with Williams. And it's Clowney in at the power forward. Up top, Melton. He's covered by Hero. Here is Clowney. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Wiggins from outside. That one's not going to go. And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 4. There's Thomas with the 3. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. DB thinking about Cam Thomas. When he gets on a roll, he is tough to stop.
Kevin, he reminds me a little bit of the microwave Vinnie Johnson back in the days of Detroit. When this guy is hot, get out of his way and let him do his thing.
Next foul, Zaire Williams. First personal foul. First team foul.
Deep Adebayo. The rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got his 6th rebound on the night. The 3 from Thomas. It's good from long range. Thomas got the first points of the 3rd quarter up on the board for Brooklyn.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Where? Good.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
The Nets making a switch here. Sharp's checked in. Knocks it loose. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Martin's checked in for Brooklyn.
Now into the lineup for the Nets. Number 13, Tyrese Martin.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Thomas with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins. Here's the 3. That's good from Thomas on the assist by Martin.
3.
Thomas got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Nets. Here's Adebayo. Backs down the step back J. Adebayo's got 9.
Exceptional shooter across the floor. Adebayo has a huge presence with the ball.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Robinson's checked in for Wiggins.
First team foul. Now in the game.
And Cameron Thomas picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Nets foul. Cameron Thomas. First personal foul. Second
Hero
team
on the wing. He's guarded by Melton. Hero with the screen on Sharp. Where, no good. Nets trail by 3. Martin with it. And Burks picks him up defensively. It's good.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Adebayo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And 11 points for Bam Adebayo.
Just playing so strong down low. Adebayo knows you got to be ready for the fight inside.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure we don't give him too good of a look.
And Cameron Thomas picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Ware, defended by Sharp. Hero against Melton. And Robinson wide open, he shoots. Hits the 3-point bomb. Now it's a 6-point Miami lead.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Outside for Thomas. Pass to Martin. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good.
Brooklyn foul.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Third personal foul. Team
No good on that.
And attitude plays such a big role in Adebayo's game. This guy is a worker. Doesn't mind getting his hands dirty if it means getting his team ahead.
Russell passes to Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Out to the right wing. Here's Larson. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Larson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, great decision to kick it out. Trust that your teammate will knock down the shot.
Russell with the bucket.
D'Angelo Russell is not afraid to make some big-time momentum-swinging shots. Nice to see him answer back right there.
Mitchell wide open. Off target from outside.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Williams kicks to Russell. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Pass to Sharp. Back to Russell. Just 5 on the clock. Johnson in the corner. Sharp sets the pick for Johnson. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. Even a decent shooter is going to make that with no pressure.
The drive by Mitchell. Robinson for 3. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And that is a big-time three, fellas, to extend their lead.
And so it's the Miami Heat, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We'll return shortly. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Anderson. Duncan Robinson out there with Hero. And it's Larson in at the 2. It's the group on the floor for Miami. To the left wing. From downtown. Anderson's shot is off.
Blocking foul called on Duncan Robinson. First personal foul. First team foul.
Nets trail by 6. Russell with it. Jimmy. His three-pointers off the mark.
Duncan Robinson. First personal foul. First
Here's Larson.
team foul.
Covered by Johnson. Anderson wide open. Nailed from three-point land. Anderson's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. Robinson against Williams. Kicks it out to Johnson. Outside Russell. Shot clock at 6. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. There's the lob to the hoop.
See, to me, the more D'Angelo Russell passes the basketball, the better his team is. Encouraging to see him focus on it.
Anderson outside. Jacks up a 3. A rebound by Johnson. Nets trail by 7. Right side, Williams. Johnson outside. Johnson with a screen on Robinson. Johnson kicks to Russell. Outside, Williams. Johnson outside. Again, the Nets for 2.
A crucial breakdown defensively, and he was quick to make them pay.
We call that execution, getting the ball to the right guy where he can do some damage.
Left side, Anderson fades away. Anderson can't get that one to fall. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Kicks it out to Johnson. Takes the 3. Good. The nice assist for Williams. And now just a 2-point Miami lead. Pass to Robinson. Anderson a screen on Williams. Robinson for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Robinson's got 9 points now in just the second inning.
And that 3 was big. I mean, it cancels out the triple at the other end, and that appeared to really tighten this game up.
Back to Russell. Kicks it out to Johnson. They get it again. Johnson outside. Picked him clean. Anderson outside. Robinson against Williams. And Robinson that time on the assist by Anderson. And now an 8-point Heat lead.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight. In huge moment, D'Angelo Russell comes through big time.
Hero passes to Anderson. A 3-ball. And it's Russell with the rebound.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3-ball, why do you keep firing from there?
Oh, yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Second personal foul. Substitution on the court.
1:15 left to play in the final quarter. The Heat leading by 5. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Burks sets a screen for Wiggins. Pass to Burks. Back to Wiggins. Puts it up. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Martin dishes to Russell. Launches a 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. On its way from Burks for 2. And the rebound goes to Martin. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Thomas, no good. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And the Nets with possession here. It's a 5-point game. Burks against Thomas. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Brooklyn ball.
.11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Stolen away. Puts up a deep 3. Misses there. And so it's the Heat winning this one. Trump, much appreciated, David. And that'll do it, folks.
it's Williams in at the 3. And for Miami, Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Tyler Hero. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. White for 3. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game. This is how you begin a game. Set the tone right from the jump.
Take a nice deep breath. You score on that first possession. Gets the game started the right way.
Here's Buzelis. And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Buzelis. Counted by Adebayo. He takes it in. Rebound Miami.
That is a rarity. When he takes flight, he usually hammers it home.
Ware, that's good. Ware's got 5 now.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim, that's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now here's Burks. There's the 3. And again, it's Miami from deep.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Sinks it from distance.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now here's Burks. And the foul on Patrick Williams. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Pass to Ware. Wiggins outside. They set a pick. Here's Ware, covered by Vucevic. Just 5 on the clock. Wiggins, no good.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Back to ball. Shoots over Wiggins. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Josh Giddey's checked in for Chicago.
Coming onto the floor for the Bulls. Number 3, Josh Giddey.
For Miami, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
Now here's Adebayo. Burks, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And you can't leave the basket unprotected. Bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, that was just way too easy.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Lonzo.
And Ball gets it to go.
3.
No hesitation from Lonzo on that perimeter shot.
Wiggins, no good. Bulls trail by 6. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, Eric Spoelstra had a few moments to share with me. And one of their main defensive focuses, Nikola Vucevic. Coach telling me that Vuce has the big body, plus he can really shoot it, but they really emphasized boxing him out. Nikola is great at converting misses into second chance points. Boxing out. It's back to the basics, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Minute 32 left in the opening quarter. Giddey passes to Smith. Over Adebayo. Outside Jones. And there's a 3-second violation. Anderson's checked in for Love. And the Bulls also making a change. Collins checked in. Miami leading by 4. Pass to Larson. It's Anderson on the wing. And again, no good by Miami.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Collins with it from the corner. Yep, It finally drops after rolling around the rim.
More and more confidence being shown right now as Zach Collins sinks that shot.
And he gets it to go.
And he waited for the last possible minute to get that one off. Made a sick adjustment right before he let it go.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Heat.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
Now, getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
Now here's Anderson. Connects. The jumper drops.
Under control with the release there from Kyle Anderson. Gives his shot a good chance of going in.
Adebayo against Collins. And we've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Count it.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Outside, Anderson. Out left to the wing. The three is up. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Pass to Collins. Over Anderson. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Collins has got 6.
You're not going to see him miss too many from there. Just a handful to defend.
With 1 on the clock. And no good. And at the end of 1, both teams putting up some points. It's the Heat up by 1. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the Heat here?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to try to feed that, get out quick.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. They've got Trey Jones, Smith out there with Patrick Williams. And it's Josh Giddey, and it's Dosunmu in at the 2. Outside Jones, puts up a 3. Anderson pulls it down.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
And a nice stroke that's coming along for Josh Giddey.
Jovic passes to Anderson. Here's Larson. No made baskets yet. Anderson with a screen on Smith. Back to Anderson. From the arc. Chicago with a rebound. Giddey's got 4 rebounds now. To the paint. Here's Williams. And it goes. As the official calls the foul. Count it. And he'll shoot 1 more at the line. Chicago making a switch here. Collins checked in. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far. Really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
Well, one thing that's noticeable is just tremendous energy from everybody, and they put that into their transition play. All that hustle is paying off.
Well, Brent, the reputation of Duncan Robinson is as a shooter, but he's added to his game.
A little bit, B.A. It's still going to be shooter first, but Duncan doing a much better job of reading some of the double team in action coming at him to run him off the line. So that assist number, that's been growing. Strong suit on offense is Collins getting down on the inside.
Here's Highsmith. The three-pointer off the mark. Chicago leading by 4. Down low. Here's Jones. Back to Giddey. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted, pretty obvious call by the officials.
Gotta hold firm or you're gonna get a call.
Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Robinson. So Chicago going with an almost entire new group here. Vucevic, he's checked in for Collins. Buzelis comes in for Williams. White, he's checked in for DeSumo. And it's Ball in for Jones. White for three. The rebound by Ware. Miami's gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Adebayo passes to Hero. Three-pointer. Buzelis grabs the board.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And the bucket is good. Giddey's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Giddey with the tough floater that time.
Here's Burks. Blocked. Outside Giddey. Pass to Vucevic. Back to Giddey. Now Vucevic. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey.
3 points.
Giddey's got 6 assists now in the game. Here's Burks. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Kobe White picks one up. It's his first trip to the line.
First team foul. Now
The first free throw is good. And the Heat making a change here. Robinson's checked in. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. We've got 1:13 left in the second. The kick out to White. Uncovered. And the basket is good. White's got 5 points.
It's funny how much the defense has to focus more on not leaving their man when Giddey has the ball.
And again, no good by Miami. Chicago leading by 7. The kick out to Ball. Another 3 for Chicago.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Stolen by Burks. And here's the fast break. Pulls up for 3. Drains the triple. 10 points for him.
Yeah, Duncan not only moves himself, he moves the ball quite well.
Here's Giddey. It's blocked. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Burks. Pass to Wiggins. Here's the 3. And Wiggins knocks down the 3.
Well, right now, helping the offense out by creating space. Andrew Wiggins deadly enough from that spot.
And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
There's Ball with a 3. The shot no good. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Bulls out in front. They're up by 4. And we'll return shortly.
35.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Boy, one of the stories here, Alec Burks getting it done today.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
They've got Bam Adebayo. Alec Burks is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Greg.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
Ball with a steal. Here's Buzelis. Pass to Vucevic. Fast break Miami. Works for 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Buzelis. Hounded by Wiggins. Here's Vucevic, and that one's drained from the low block. Vucevic has got 7 points in the game.
Getting points inside is no problem for Vucevic. He consistently finds these openings.
Here's Adebayo. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Vucevic gets the bucket.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Hero, no good. And White has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. 6-point lead inside. Now here's Vucevic. He's got 9. The 3 from Ball. That one falls. Coming off the Vucevic feed. 9 points in the game.
Big men who dish it like Vucevic are royalty in this league.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, in today's high-scoring NBA, every position has to be a threat. All-star Donovan Mitchell said, "We're getting away from the point guards who are just floor generals. It's passing and scoring that you're starting to see, and your level of scoring allows you to be a better playmaker. Teams have to respect that."
No doubt, Allie. Thank you.
Hero knowing about the whens and the wheres for an assist.
Ball against Hero. Vucevic, the pass to White. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got 5 rebounds in the game. And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul of the game. Robinson, he's checked in for Miami. Josh Giddey's checked in for Chicago. Jones comes in for Ball. Here's Hero. Vucevic with some nice D. Bulls leading by 6. Pass to Williams. Back to Vucevic. And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's foul number 2 for him. Nasumu, he's checked in for Williams.
Bulls substitution.
And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Giddey passes to Vucevic. It's hauled in by the Heat. Ware's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Outside Burks. Right wing. Here's Adebayo. And he drives in. Second shot opportunity. Robinson in the post. Giddey defends. Uses the glass on the layup.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Jones from outside. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Pass to Adebayo. And there are the Heat with another bucket.
You hear the word versatility so much associated with Bam Adebayo and his game. And the mid-range is coming along as well.
Chicago leading. And here is Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. Good on the shot.
Oh, nice touch on the inside play by Buzelis, adjusting from close range.
Takes a step back. Hero with it. DeSumo picks him up. Burks for 3. And it's Chicago with a board. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Vucevic. Beyond the arc. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got his 9th assist of the game now. The Heat have gotten 5 of 10 shots to go. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Giddey's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Buzelis. Back to Giddey. To the left side wing. Here's Vucevic. And again, it's Chicago.
And with his height and his touch, he can be deadly from mid-range.
That's a staple of his offensive attack, and proving once again he can do some damage from that area.
What if it goes?
Players under video review under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the 4th.
and there's really plenty of time remaining in the...
And so it's the Chicago Bulls. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter, and it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
Number 13.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. On the court for the Bulls, getting the fourth quarter going. Zach Collins out there with Smith. Then it's Josh Giddey. Then it's Trey Jones. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Highsmith. And there's the drive. Tipped.
How about that? That's a big boost defensively if Herter can get in there and block shots and intimidate in some way.
Miami foul. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Collins inside. Anderson's there.
Good positioning. Anderson outstanding at staying in front of his man and using his length and contesting.
Pass to Highsmith. Oh, the bucket's good, and he'll have a chance at one more. That's on Jalen Smith.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Miami making a switch here. Rozier's checked in. Bulls leading by 4. Stolen by Hero. Kicks it out to Anderson. Pass to Robinson. The fadeaway. No good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's Giddey. Herter with it. The 3. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Herter's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And it's Robinson penetrating. Rozier outside. Robinson finds Rozier. Back to Robinson. Fires for 3. Drills it from deep.
And Robinson with a timely trade.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. 4-point game. Giddey passes to Jones. Here's Collins. And Chicago again with a bucket.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
And Rozier, here we go. Back to Robinson. Jacks up a 3. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Well, Robinson can shoot it from anywhere. The corner's got to feel like a layup for him.
Collins with a screen on Robinson. Collins outside. Oh, they get a hand on it. Stolen by Anderson. And they're running. Here's Rozier.
Oh, man.
Oh! And he jams it home with authority.
And it's obvious how much Rozier loves coming up huge for his team. Capable of nailing big-time shots.
How about Collins getting a big-time opportunity there?
Rozier looking around. Driving to the basket. Pass to Highsmith to tie it up. Chicago with a rebound. They've led by as much as 10. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
So Chicago ends up going with a new group.
Look to a machine like Vooch when you need him most. He's a reliable offensive option who comes through for his club.
Adebayo, that's good.
Bam stepping up and making a huge play for his team that time.
Ball passes to Vucevic. 4-3. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Hero. To the left wing. Adebayo from long range. Hits a 3-pointer. Adebayo's got 5 points in the quarter.
Man, bigs like Adebayo gotta drain shots to keep the defense honest. Nice to see him working on that part of it.
Here's ball. An easy 2 on the layup.
And Lonzo fearless right there, answering the call.
1:11 left in the fourth quarter here. Pass to Ware. Now here's Robinson. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. There's the foul to try to stop the break. But that'll be a clear path foul. They'll get a free throw in possession here. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Bulls.
Well, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. I mean, these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Wiggins, he's checked in for Miami. Burks comes in for Hero. Collins, he's checked in for Chicago. Here's Wiggins. Oh, misses the dunk.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish.
Here's Collins. The rebound by Ware. Here's Rozier. Cash. What a beautiful shot. Brings them within 3.
And what I love about Rozier is his fearlessness as a scorer. Inside, outside, in between, it doesn't matter.
Here's Williams. Pass to Buzelis. From behind the arc. Connects from downtown. And the Bulls lead by 6.
His teammates look to Buzelis in the big moment, and he must be doing something right.
Rozier from outside. Oh, the trifecta!
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
And Alec Burks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. We're in the bonus now, and they'll go to the line.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
And he ends up making the second, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Here's Wiggins. Shot from the inbound. He connects!
Nice sequence off the inbound. Ball movement and player movement creating the good look.
Here's Collins. Count it!
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
Terry Rozier III. Second personal foul. Penalty.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5.
Kobe White. 2.
And so both free throws good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game is coming through.
So the Bulls win it.
This matchup features two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Lonzo Ball out there with White. And it's Vucevic. Then it's Bruce Ellis. And it's Williams at the small forward position.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
Now, here's Melton. After the miss from Vucevic. Launches it. That one's off. He starts the game with the miss. Bruce Ellis with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up. Rebounded by the Nets.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Bulls have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Nicholas.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Melton against Ball. And Vucevic with the basket on the assist by Ball.
And Vooch knows he can hit it off the pass. I love his confidence and quick trigger.
Johnson, that's for 2. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Ball sets a screen for White. It's tipped. Shot clock at 5. Pass the ball over Thomas. And it's Chicago scoring again.
And Ball has tremendous confidence in that shot. As soon as the pass hits his hands, he's ready to pull up.
Now, here's Johnson. Shoots the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Johnson's got 5 now.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Brooklyn with the ball. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Thomas, that's good.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Here's Vucevic. It's hauled in by Thomas.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on him.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way to the end of the first round. Lots of teams would love to have a scorer like him on their roster.
And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Taken away by Williams. Now here's Melton. Tight defense on him. Here's Thomas. Here he goes. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And Brooklyn making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Josh Giddey's checked in for the Bulls. Bulls trail by 3. White setting the pick for Ball. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
Now, here's Thomas. 9 points in the game so far. Gonzalez grabs the board. Bulls have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Ball, the pass to Vucevic. The kick out to Ball. And he gets it to go. Ball's got 6 points. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. It's the Bulls. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
You've got Russell. He's out there with Martin, and it's Clowney in at the 4 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Williams against Giddey. Pass to Dosunmu. Williams inside. 4 on the shot clock. Jones, no one around him. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And it's off from 3-point range. Bulls leading by 3. Giddey, no one around him. And the Bulls, another 3.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Right wing. Fires from deep. And the 3 ball is good. Clowney's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Back to Giddey. Smith with a screen on Martin. Here's Giddey. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
For 3, Williams, and the Nets, another 3. Hey, Stan, we've heard talk about players not heaving up a shot at the buzzer to protect their shooting percentage. Have you run into that at all?
Oh, Kevin, that definitely happens. Players are concerned about all of those numbers, shooting percentages being one of them, because they become a factor in contract negotiations. But they have to realize, number one, you've got to do what gives your team a chance to win. And number 2, with all the analytics, teams separate out what they call heaves at the end of quarters.
And it's Russell missing. Chicago has gone 2 or 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Williams, that's good.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
And it's Russell missing. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Chicago. Kicks it out to Jones. Lets it go from deep. Hands it from downtown. And it's a 5-point Chicago lead.
Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open threes like that.
Drills it from outside.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
Jones from outside. Rebound, Brooklyn. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Russell with the three. They get it back. Williams with a clean look gets the three-pointer to fall. Williams has got 6 here in this quarter. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Giddey the pass to Williams. Stolen. And now Williams running the floor all by himself. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And it's slammed in by Williams.
Go into the rack with energy. To be afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
The Bulls making a switch here. Vucevic checked in for Smith. Buzelis comes in for Josh Giddey. White, he's checked in for Dosunmu. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Jones. Here's Buzelis. He's guarded by Williams. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And how about that finish by Buzelis, the rookie, getting it done.
Johnson, wide open, he fires. Off target from three-point range. Ball against Melton. Pass to Buzelis. And it's good.
The official has 2 minutes to review the play.
Not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, you know, some might say, hey, can we just skip the replay this time around?
I thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We've seen Cam Thomas really having a great game.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
So for Chicago right now, Williams is out there with Buzelis. And it's Kobe White, and it's Ball, and it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And while we've got him on, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, I always tried to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I've just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. Here's Johnson. It's stolen by White. And here comes one. Even the fast break. And Ball slams it in.
Getting airborne, Lonzo able to explode off the court and be there for the big alley-oop.
You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know,
well, you're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player, and I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer, back-to-back national titles in college, and then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. Johnson, good.
Well, once he gets a step to the rim like that, it's going to take more of a defensive effort to force the miss.
And Ball gets double teamed. Vucevic finds Williams. Second chance shot. And Vucevic with the layup. Vucevic has got 6.
And the instincts on the glass. Love how Vucevic tracks these misses down and then able to convert.
Lewis gets the bucket as we approach the fourth quarter. Still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Pass to Buzelis. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Claxton. Back to Melton. Thomas against White. Melton sets a screen for Thomas. 5 to shoot. Shot clock reset for the Nets. Here's Claxton, and Claxton throws it down.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Lewis with the 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Buzelis. Outside, ball. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. From deep, Thomas. Melton feeling it out a bit. Johnson kicks to Lewis. Down low. Outside for Thomas. Just 2 to shoot. Rebound by Williams.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
White, wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 5 assists in the game. 44 seconds left to play in the third. Now Melton. No scoring in this one. Outside for Thomas. The 3. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Ball with a wide open look. And the 3 off target. Brooklyn trailing. The 3 from Johnson. And he's good on the 3 ball. Johnson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Just so many lead changes. Nobody's held an advantage for long.
White. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. And the Bulls lead by 2. And the basket by Johnson. Johnson's got 12 in the game.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Tie game in Brooklyn. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. We've got Whitehead, Watford out there with Wilson, then it's Russell. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on D'Angelo Russell. And that one falls for Collins. So he gets them both.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Here's Watford. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Watford's got his first 3 points of the game. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Count that bucket.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Sinks the 3-pointer.
Confident and composed on the 3-point shot at a critical juncture.
Pass to Collins. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
And it goes down 2 points. Collins has got 6 here in this quarter.
Great use of the bounce pass there. You gotta love that.
Here's Whitehead inside. Jones with it. He's picked up by Russell. Stolen by Wilson. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Whitehead. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Smith's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Collins. He goes up again. Wilson grabs the board. Nets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up with the Chicago Bulls. Collins in the post. The second effort. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Williams, he's checked in for Jalen Smith. Buzelis comes in for Dosunmu. White, he's checked in for Josh Giddey. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Jones. Here's Russell with the 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Ball, the pass to Collins. Over Claxton. And there's Collins on the assist from Ball. Ball's got 6 assists now in the game. To the right side. Outside Wilson. Here's Russell. And the layup's good off the glass.
And you want the momentum on your side, and Russell showing you how it's done.
Ball kicks to Collins. The 3. The rebound by Watford.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Offensive rebound. Here's Wilson. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. From deep, Collins, good on the 3-point shot. Collins has got 13 points now in the quarter.
Really nice job there by Buzelis. Already sees the floor at a high level.
Dives for it. A shot by Wilson, no good. The Bulls leading by 5. Ball dishes to Collins. Pass to Buzelis. From deep. Not going to go that time. Brooklyn's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. And that one is good.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to have.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
Yeah, and once you see that advantage from the sideline, you just want to yell at him to shoot the ball.
Ball finds Collins. Collins with another miss.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. Vucevic, he's checked in for Zach Collins. 40 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
White, good.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no 3s.
Johnson for 3. It falls! And now they trail by just 4. 19 seconds left to play here in the 4th. White against Thomas. White the pass, the ball. To the inside. Back to Williams. Melton with the steal. From deep, Johnson. No good there. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game.
Teams like to slow it down and play their half-court sets.
When you're a young player, that can be a bit frustrating, but when you're a vet, you welcome games like this where everyone can take their time.
And the starting lineup for Miami, they've got Alec Burks. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. He buries it from three.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Burks against Thomas. Now here's Burks. Defense right on him. Hero for three. Claxton with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And he lobs it up top. Stolen by Wiggins. Here's the break. Lets it go from deep. And it's Ware missing. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. It's a three-point game. And he dunks it down.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And now the Nets on the break. Thomas misses. All right, Grant, when you look at the Nets rebuild, what are you seeing at this point?
Well, they gave up a lot of young players and draft picks to assemble a big three. And, of course, that didn't quite work out. So now they're in that middle ground, which sometimes can be a little tough. Add to the fact that they're in New York, the fans and media are anything but patient and forgiving.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordy Fernandez. We chatted about strategy against Andrew Wiggins, and coach put it simply. He said, quote, we just got to stay on him at the arc on the inside. We can't let him give our defenders the slip. So the defense is going to try to stay as glued to the nimble Wiggins as possible for this one.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
You really get nonstop hustle from Andrew Wiggins, and that all-out style of play helps him be a serious difference maker on both sides of the ball.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Adebayo from long range. Sinks the tray.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
There's a whistle. That goes on D'Anthony Melton. That's his first foul of the game. Johnson, he's checked in for Watford. Hero right side. And finished off by Adebayo.
Oh, it's almost scary watching Adebayo throw it down. Incredible natural power.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And following off of what you said, they've really done a good job distributing the ball, passing up good shots for great ones.
Adebayo from long range. He drops it from range. Adebayo's got 8 points.
Assertive jumper by Adebayo. I mean, he wanted it, so he took it.
And here's Thomas from the arc. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Now here's Adebayo. Give him 8 points now. The kick out to Wiggins. Hero outside. Back to Wiggins. 4 on the clock. They set the pick. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Brooklyn leading by 7. And how about Nick Claxton? You'd be hard-pressed to find a more versatile defender.
He's come so far in that area since he came into the league. He's become an elite defender. There isn't a position on the floor he can't guard.
Now here's Burks. Yet to see a basket.
Credit to him for trying to get that 3 right back. Missed the shot, but that's a fighter's mentality.
Shoots from the baseline. Adebayo grabs the board.
I'm trying to think of the last time I saw him miss a shot like that. It's been a while.
And the shot's good by Wiggins.
Just a crafty move by Wiggins, pulling up for his shot out of nowhere.
Now here's Johnson. Melton outside. The kick out to Williams. Thomas against Burks. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It goes on Bam Adebayo. And you watch Cam Thomas. Talk about a scorer's mindset, RJ.
Yeah, he's a tough matchup. He's proficient and efficient from all 3 levels. He is as confident as they come.
2-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Outside, Anderson. He gets it in there. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They lead by 7. That's a foul called on Cameron Johnson. That's his first foul of the game.
A great job to establish position and square up.
D'Angelo Russell, he's checked in for Thomas. Jovic, he's checked in for Miami. Robinson gets the bucket.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
And there's the foul. It's on D'Angelo Russell. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitutions on the court.
And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
Hero, no good. Martin with the ball with 4 on the clock. And it's good on the layup.
Break down for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
Here's Anderson. No good. Would have counted had it gone. Cam Thomas getting it done for the Nets. Oh. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Nets, what do you think, guys?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook that, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
On the court for Miami here in the second. They've got Kyle Anderson. Tyler Hero is out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Highsmith in at the 4-man position. Here's Hero. Sharp grabs the miss.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Outside to Russell. Off target with the 3. Heat trail by 6. Pass to Larson. Fires from deep. The shot off that time. Brooklyn's got 5 of 7 threes to drop here tonight. Oh, he got hacked on the 3-pointer, and he'll head to the line. And this is a star-driven league. But talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
Brooklyn making a switch here. Whitehead's checked in, and Miami with a change here, too. Rozier's checked in. Anderson for 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Nets leading by 8. Russell to pass to Sharp. That shot's good. Russell making the play.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop. He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Whitehead passes to Watford. From outside the arc. Miami grabs the miss. Outside Robinson. Here's Highsmith. No good on the triple. The Nets have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. From deep, Johnson can't get his first shot of the game to fall. Heat trail by 7. And he lobs it up to the rim. It's stolen by Johnson. Pass to Russell. The 3. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Sharp's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Great effort to turn the miss into 2 points.
Yes, sir. Those are the hustle points. Robinson gets the bucket.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Nets leading by 6. Watford with a screen. Russell to pass to Watford. Stolen by Hero. Out on his own on the break. Count the basket. Highsmith's got 5.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. Williams comes in for Watford. Thomas, he's checked in for Whitehead. And it's Melton in for Russell. Now here's Burks. He's scoreless. Got it.
The execution has been better lately, but do they have enough energy to pull it off?
The thing they have to watch for is mental fatigue. They have to stay focused and finish the job.
Brooklyn, no good that time either. And here's Miami. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. The kick out to Wiggins. Pass to Adebayo. From deep. Knocks down the triple. He's got 11.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team, the ability to knock down jumpers.
The shot. Thomas misses. And so it's Wiggins with it. He brings it up for Miami. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Outside Johnson. Here's Thomas. And he slams it in one-handed.
Nice pass by Cam Johnson, keeping his eyes up, letting things unfold.
Hero, the pass to Adebayo. Outside Burks. Adebayo, a screen on Johnson. Here's Burks. Brooklyn pulls it in. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now. Thomas passes to Williams. Wiggins against Thomas. The 3 is up. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Adebayo, a screen on Thomas. Here's Wiggins. Here's Ware. Still without a bucket. The wide open shot is on the money. 12 seconds left in the second quarter.
10 seconds. Substitutions on the court.
12 seconds left in the half. To the right side. Thomas outside. Yes, it's good. Thomas has got 7 now in this quarter. Adebayo from long range. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Nets out in front, leading by 4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We've seen Cam Thomas really having a great game.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Trendon Watford is out there with Williams. Then there's D'Anthony Melton. Then it's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Thomas in at the 2. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half. And the three-pointer goes. Heat trail by 7. Well, you look at Cam Thomas, Grant. You think he has the potential to be a star in this league?
Well, you know, it's tough to say, B.A. He has a lot of talent, especially as a scorer. I think he has to keep evolving other parts of his game if he wants to become a full-fledged star.
Now here's Wiggins. That's tipped. Melton against Hero. And Melton, here we go. Fast break, here come the Heat. Burks for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Adebayo. Burks has got 5 points.
And Adebayo showing another element of his game. Nice vision to set up the bucket.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, "I bow down to no one." Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball. Brian?
Okay, Alec, thanks for that. Here's Wiggins. Some solid defense from Williams. Brooklyn leading by 4. The rebound by Wiggins. The Heat have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. And it's Ware missing. Brooklyn's gone 7 of 13 from downtown so far in this game. Here's Melton, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. Now here's Adebayo. He's got 11, and Burks gets it to go.
For a center, Adebayo is an excellent passer. He's always so aware of his surroundings.
Count it. And the Nets lead by 5.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
Hero outside. Pass to Burks. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Burks has got 8 here in this quarter.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. The kick out to Williams. Melton outside. 6 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get off a shot here. Watford off target from outside. Heat trail by 3. Pass to Ware. Adebayo with it for the tie. And Watford pulls it down. There's 1:54 left in the third. To the inside. Melton finds Williams. Back to Melton. Takes a 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Melton's got 5 now.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Pass to Adebayo. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
And what makes Bam special is his versatility, offensively and defensively. He can do a lot more out there for you than most other guys.
So Brooklyn ends up going with a new group. And he nails the third. Nets leading by 4. Stolen by Mitchell. Outside Burks. Outside Mitchell. Pass to Robinson. Here's Anderson. Stolen by Russell. He's got a clear path. And he lays it in on the break. And the Nets lead by 6.
The swipe, the bucket. How about that sequence from Russell?
Now Martin shoots over Anderson.
First personal foul. First team foul. In for the Heat, number 9.
Outside Russell. On target from range. And now it's a 9-point Brooklyn lead.
A volume 3-point shooter. The coaching staff encourages Russell to fire away.
Anderson can't get it to go. The Nets have gone 6 for 9 in the half. Here's Clowney. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
Now here's Robinson. He's got 6. Again, the Heat misses.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
An open look for Russell. And the Nets tack on 2 more. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. A sizable lead of 14 at the break.
Before this quarter starts.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Nets leading by 14, setting the floor for the Heat. They've got Duncan Robinson. Tyler Hero is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Highsmith in at the power forward position. The kick out to Johnson. Russell from deep three-point land. Excellent D there from Hero. Heat shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. Larson, no good. The Nets shooting great. 62% from the field and continuing to get it done. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the three.
And it's Love missing.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. And the Nets lead by 19.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Love for three. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Wilson. From downtown. Outside for Russell. Tries again. Offensive rebound. Johnson for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Johnson's got 6 points in the quarter.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Now here's Sharp. The kick out to Johnson. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Heat. Here's Larson. And the layup is good off the glass. Larson's got his first bucket in this one.
You'd love to get the ball this close in every trip where you can almost just not miss.
And a deep 3 from Russell. Love grabs the miss.
Maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I don't think his coaches will agree.
Yeah, and you're not going to just have the green light for long if you're chucking out bombs like that.
Now here's Johnson to the middle. Wilson passes to Sharp. Russell with the ball. The 3 ball. Sharp finds Russell. Lets it go from deep. Now Johnson. To the wing on the left. 6 to shoot. Russell, the pass to Sharp. It's stolen by Love. Here's Larson. From outside, off the mark. Brooklyn leading by 20. The deep 3. The kick out to Johnson. Sinks it from distance.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you've got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
And it's Robinson penetrating. Pass to Love. Here's Highsmith. Launches a 3. Drops in the 3.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Here's Johnson. Nice shot from the wing. 1:33 left to play in the 4th. Lets it go. It's intercepted.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Nets.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 16-5 run. Outside Russell. Oh, he picked him clean. Here's Larson. Pass to Highsmith. To the paint. Here's Love. He's off on that one. Good D by Sharp. And so it's Russell who brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. From deep, Johnson. They get it back. Johnson on the wing. Here he goes. And he can't jam it through. Here's Larson, guarded by Russell. Hero for 3. Wilson grabs the board. Pass to Russell. There's the 3. Misses there. So we see the Nets taking the W here. We saw two different teams tonight. One.
I think in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Both of these teams love to run their offense in the half court. They'll slow things down. They'll love the setups. They'll try to manipulate a couple of the plays to get matchups they want. Neither side afraid to take it under 5 seconds on the shot clock, and that patience may pay off.
So here's Miami's starting group. We've got Tyler Hero. Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the 5. And so it's the Heat hitting on the board first. Here's Bruce Ellis. Offline from the top of the key.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Bulls ball.
Here's Chicago. Here's Ball into the lane. Chicago now working with the new shot clock. That one drops one.
Yeah, better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Now here's Wiggins. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Pass to White. Baseline try. Good as the jump shot falls.
An assertive offensive player. White knows he has the green light to rise and fire.
And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
On the wing, Wiggins. He's covered by Ball. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. And it's Adebayo in the corner. Clock at 6. Back to Hero. Miami needs to get a shot off. That one good for 2.
And they needed that shot from Adebayo, just bailing them out on that possession.
Out to White. And there is the whistle. It goes on Kobe White. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And the Bulls making a change here. Giddey's checked in. The Heat have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Great open look there. Burks has got 6 points.
Hero knowing about the whens and the wheres for an assist.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Billy Donovan and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks.
And the power of Adebayo. Get off me.
It's his first trip to the line.
And his percentage at the line last season, right at the 75% mark.
He doesn't get the second one. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Chicago. 7-point differential. The wide open look here for Vucevic. And another miss by Chicago. Here's Miami now. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Here's Wiggins. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Pump fake is so devastating, especially for a great offensive weapon like Wiggins.
Bulls making a switch here. Smith is checked in. Robinson's checked in for Miami. Here's Giddey. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins. Chicago shooting their first free throws of this.
Giddey, one of those guys who, when he's on the floor, plays with that kind of joy that Steve Kerr often talks about with Steph Curry. This is a guy who wants to keep improving any way that he can.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
The Heat have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
So much talk about being undrafted out of college. How about Duncan Robinson and how far he's taking his abilities?
Trey Jones is checked in for White. Now here's Giddey. Vucevic is screen on Wiggins. Giddey the pass to Vucevic. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. Vucevic has got 5 now.
And Vooch knows he can hit it off the pass. I love his confidence and quick trigger.
Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now here's Giddey. Misses the three.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Burks with it. Defended by Giddey. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. To the middle. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome tonight.
Giddey, no good. Miami leading by 10. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And the winner's mentality Wiggins has is commendable. A hard worker who wants to keep improving.
Catching up now on the changes for Chicago. Williams comes in for Vucevic, and it's Dosunmu in for Ball. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Jones, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Anderson outside from past the arc. And the last shot of the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Miami with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Miami.
They haven't been afraid of getting hit on the way up, marching their way to the line and capitalizing.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Robinson is out there with Kyle Anderson. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Jovic in at the 5 down low. Stolen by Hero. In the corner, it's Robinson. Down low, here's Jovic. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Love Duncan just taking the opportunity to create for a teammate.
Jones in the post. He's covered by Hero. Here's Smith. Here's Dosunmu. He's off from 17 feet.
He'd love to make him pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That was pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Zach Collins checked in for Smith. And Miami also making a switch. Highsmith has checked in. The NBA scoring explosion, Brent, hasn't slowed down. We're getting record-setting offenses, it seems like, every single season.
Yeah, Kevin, lots of factors going into that. Obviously, more three-pointers being taken and figuring out the math of the game. But let's give credit to the players and the work that they're doing in the off-season in terms of getting better with their skill to be able to shoot that basketball and seek out the most efficient shot on the court.
Stolen by Anderson. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And this is his second trip to the line in the game. And that one falls for Robinson.
Alec Burks.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, this summer we saw the NBA break up its draft into 2 days. The next idea, a bigger break between the draft and the start of free agency. The common thread is giving front offices more time to strategize around these highly consequential decision periods, the NBA calendar. Kevin?
Interesting, DA. Thank you. Stolen by Collins. Now here's Giddey. Defense right on him. Shoots inside. Shot by Collins, no good. The Heat leading by 14. Driving in. And the basket is good.
Yeah, Duncan not only moves himself, he moves the ball quite well.
For Chicago, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop.
First personal foul.
Adebayo is checked in for the Heat. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Duncan Robinson.
Andrew Wiggins.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Wiggins with the block.
Oh my, Wiggins saying no, no.
Burks on the wing. 8 points for him. They set the pick. Pass to Ware. Good ball movement here by Miami. From the arc. That ball. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
3 points.
Ware's got 5 now.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Pass to Burks. A baseline J. Ware, no good. Bulls trail by 16. Here's Giddey. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Vucevic checked in for Zach Collins. Buzelis comes in for Williams. Kobe White, he's checked in for Dosunmu. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Trey Jones. The Heat also with a sub. Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for Tyler Hero. Burks the pass to Ware. And Robinson wide open, he shoots. And the Heat, another 3.
That's his game right there. Robinson, one of the more deadly shooters in the NBA.
And the foul called on Josh Giddey. That'll be his second foul of the game. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Williams, he's checked in for Chicago. Davion Mitchell's checked in for the Heat. Back to Adebayo. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. That's 7 points for Bam Adebayo.
Well, around the rim, Bam Adebayo makes so many things happen because he's so athletic.
To the paint, here's Buzelis, and then Buzelis with the dunk.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
36 seconds left in the first half. To the wing right side. Adebayo passes to Ware. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Adebayo. That's tipped.
Making good use of his length. Buzelis able to track down the block that time.
There's Ball with the 3. That's in. And he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. 17 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. And here's Adebayo. Here's Ware. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Heat lead by 16. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Billy. I heard you.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Ready for the fan half-court shots.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Without question, Alec Burks displaying his skills today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
This is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Williams. Then it's Ball. And it's White in at the 2 guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Inside, Buzelis. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Adebayo. Ball against Wiggins. And Adebayo throws it down.
That's everything you want there. Bam Adebayo up there, vertical, good hands, and the big throwdown.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
To the middle, here's Adebayo. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And Tyler Hero with another great look, just understanding where his teammates are.
The shot goes in as the ref calls the blocking foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
90 seconds now into the second half. Burks' shot is good.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. It's stolen by Vucevic.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
The Heat leading by 16. Hero passes to Ware. To the paint. And that one's good. Wiggins has got 4 points in the quarter.
This close to the rim, Wiggins can make it look pretty effortless. He just pops it in.
Here's Vucevic. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. And it's 7 points for Vucevic.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA chose to extinguish G League Ignite. G League President Sharif Abdul-Rahim says with the changing environment across youth and collegiate basketball, now is the right time to take this step. But Kevin, in its short time, the Ignite produced double-digit draftees. So the experiment is a success.
A huge success, DA. Thank you. Over to the left wing.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Out to White. Williams sends a screen for White. Bulls moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Buzelis. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
Look at the moves from Buzelis. Big fella showing great quickness on the attack.
Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Yes, that goes in.
That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
Here's Ball. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Second personal foul.
Sometimes Lonzo's got to put the defense on their heels and start attacking with some aggression. And that play, he did so.
So for the Bulls, Smith checked in for Buzelis. Josh Giddey comes in for Patrick Williams. And Trey Jones subbed in for Kobe White. And Anderson kicks to Adebayo. Mitchell passes to Larson. That's tipped. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. Osumu, he's checked in for Chicago.
Checking into the game for your Bulls, number 11.
And 1:01 left in the third quarter. Pass to Anderson. 5 on the clock. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. And the Heat lead by 16. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Dosunmu, the pass to Smith. Jones against Anderson. Smith for 3. Rebound by the Heat. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Here's Larson. Giddy defending. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And it's Dosunmu with the jam.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some hope.
Pass to Adebayo. Miami again turning it over.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Number 12.
Mitchell against Jones. Outside Collins. Jones looking for an opening. Good if it goes. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Miami sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And we'll see if they can. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. They lead by 14. On the floor for Miami, we've got Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero out there with Kyle Anderson, and it's Highsmith in at the 4 slot. Down low, down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's the fast break. Jones for 3. He can't get that one. Miami leading by 14. Hero passes to Larson, and he gets the bucket. Larson's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Miami.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
To the inside. It's deflected. Oh, and here we go with Collins. Nobody back.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
And it seemed like throughout this game, right after the jump ball, they've just been feeling it from distance, getting all the looks they want and continuing to take advantage of that three-point line.
Pulls up for 3. And Robinson gets it to go on the assist by Burks.
And Duncan Robinson picks up 2.
Bulls trail by 15. Jones for 3. Good on the triple.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Love inside, working on Collins. Love, no luck.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
And it's Smith missing. Miami leading by 12. Robinson for 3. Offensive rebound. Pass to Highsmith. That 3 off the mark. For Chicago, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Smith, that's good, and so Giddy with the assist. Giddy's got 3 assists in the game. Now Burks kicks it out to Hero. Outside Robinson. Pass to Highsmith with the drive. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Jones against Hero. Here's Collins out to Smith. There's the 3. Sinks the triple. Smith's got it back down to within single digits for the Bulls.
John Collins, pretty fundamental. Nice job of finding a teammate.
On the basket by Jones.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
And possession just way more efficient, I think, here tonight, taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ballgame.
Here's Burks. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look, a great setup for the bucket.
Now that's the way it's done. Take it up high and throw it down with everything you got.
That's right. He was not going to take the soft approach on that drive.
Well, not that wide open. You're given a juicy gift by the defense. You got to sink your teeth into it.
Outside Robinson. Here's Highsmith. And it's off from three-point range. And here are the Bulls now. They're on a 17-7 run. And finished off by Collins.
How about Collins getting a big-time opportunity there?
Miami's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Here's Burks. It's rebounded by Giddey. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A new lineup here for the Bulls.
Substitution on the court.
Hero against Ball. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Tyler Hero picks one up.
And he'll go right through your chest. Ball won't shy away from the contact.
Terry Rozier's checked in for the Heat. And he is unable to get the second one.
If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable. But now, still a one-possession game.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. To the paint. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Just 4 to shoot. Another shot. Excellent D there from Ball. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. What do you think we're going to see here?
And only one choice here. They need a 3. I'm sure he's going to sub in all of his best shooters. Under 2 seconds remaining. It has to be a catch-and-shoot 3 if they hope to tie it.
And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic thank you, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for
have in common. They are great at rebounding the basketball.
Oh, yes, they are. I mean, it'll be a battle down low. Boxing out is vital, and second chance points may just decide this game.
Now the opening lineup for the Brooklyn Nets. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. DeAnthony Melton out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the 3. Now here's Thomas. Pass to Claxton. From deep, Johnson. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
And once again, off the mark by Chicago. Here's Johnson. Chicago with a rebound. Pass to Buzelis. The kick out to White for 3. Claxton with a rebound. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Grant, how about Kobe White? Going from a bench player to one of the league leaders in minutes.
Yeah, Kobe played more than 35 minutes per game last season. Top 10 in the league. We saw White hit another level, so he has an exciting future in front of him.
Now here's Vucevic. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
You have to admire the confidence of Nikola Vucevic. This close, he's focused on putting 2 on the board.
Counted from distance.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Chicago has gone 0 for 2 from outside. From 12 feet, the shot misses.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Thomas misses.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Ball outside. The kick out to White. Here's Vucevic. And it's Vucevic again missing.
It can be tough to find space in the mid-range area. Probably should have passed that one up. I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. Going inside. Outside, Williams. Williams, a screen on Claxton. Back to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Yeah, nice play by Buzelis, breaking down the defense and finding his team a shot.
Williams, a screen on White. Williams finds Thomas from outside the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Outside, Williams. Three-pointer, Buzelis knocks down the long J.
I think it's great to see that kind of confidence in a young guy like Buzelis.
Well, the Nets are still feeling the ramifications of trading for James Harden.
Well, B.A., consider in that trade, they gave away Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, and 4, count them, 4 first-round picks for a total of just 80 games played for James Harden. The reverberations are still being felt.
Just 2 to shoot. Good chance here for Thomas. Buzelis grabs the board.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Williams passes to Johnson. Let's go with a 3. Can't get it. He's now 1 of 4 from the floor. The Bulls trail by 6. The kick out to Ball. Missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Fast break, Brooklyn. Thomas against Vucevic. Fires for 3. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Melton on the wing. Still no points. Williams finds Johnson. Spins. Fires from the corner. Thomas, that's good. And Here's ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. 8-point game. There's a whistle. That goes on DeAnthony Melton. That's his first foul of the game. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Sharp, he's checked in for Claxton. Clowney comes in for Johnson. Johnson, he's checked in for Thomas. And Russell is subbed in for Melton. Outside Johnson, pass to Williams. A good look from Johnson. Gets it to go from the corner.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected.
And so it's Brooklyn earning this break in the action, up 10. What has them in front right now? By and large, they're taking great shots. We'll be right back. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nets?
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Nets. We've got Sharp. Johnson is out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Clowney in at the 4 spot.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Johnson inside. He's covered by Dosunmu. Pass to Lewis. Jones against Russell. Just 5 to shoot. Over Smith. The kick out to Johnson. The 3 from Russell. Rebound by the Bulls. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Right side, Williams. Back to Giddey. The 3 is up. Clowney pulls it in. Brooklyn leading by 11. On the break. Back to Russell. The 3 is up. Again, Russell missing. The Bulls shooting just 31% in today's game. Not great. Here's Giddey. And he converts the layup. Giddey's got his first points in this one.
Boy, it looked like the defense was perfectly positioned. Outstanding contest. And Josh Giddey says, I don't care. I'm scoring anyway.
Brooklyn, no good that time either. The Bulls have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Dosunmu for 3. Rebounded by Johnson. The Nets have gotten nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Back to Russell. Here's the 3. That's no good. He's 0 for 4. The Bulls trail by 9. 3 on 3. And there's the foul. It's on D'Angelo Russell. That's his first foul of the game. Collins, he's checked in for Chicago.
Substitution on the court.
Giddey against Thomas. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Buzelis is checked in for Chicago. White comes in for Jones. Pass to Buzelis. Here's Dosunmu. The 3 gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
And I'll tell you what, for his size, just about 7 feet, Buzelis is a pretty good passer.
And that one's good. Wilson.
And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Here's Buzelis.
2 minutes.
The kick out to White. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Smith. Over Claxton. And there's Smith. That one's good. On the assist from Giddey.
Yeah, good to see Jalen Smith asserting himself on the offensive end. That's big time.
Here's Thomas for 3. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Count it. Good. Giddey's got 5.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3 ball.
Here's Clowney. Soft touch off the glass. Bulls trail by 9. White with a screen on Johnson. Pass to White. Three-pointer. Wilson grabs the board. Brooklyn has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. Here's Thomas for 3. And it's Dosunmu with the rebound. Chicago has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Here's Buzelis. He's guarded by Claxton. White for 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Oh, sweet move. Thomas misses.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And that one's good. Giddey.
Boy, Giddey, if he becomes a knockdown three-point shooter, you will not be able to guard this guy.
Here's Thomas. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Dosunmu, the pass to Smith. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Appearing in control, but could still use a little more of a push to feel totally comfortable in this one. Back after this.
Get ready for the fan half-court shots. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. We've seen Cam Thomas really having a great game.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
They've got Lonzo Ball, Buzelis out there with Patrick Williams. Then it's Kobe White, and it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Thomas, a screen on Ball. Melton passes to Thomas. And here is Williams. Outside Johnson, and stolen by Williams. Fast break, here we go. The shot by Buzelis, no good. Timmy, covered by Vucevic. Here's Thomas for 3. Pure from three-point range. And it's a 12-point Nets lead.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Melton outside. Inside. Thomas passes to Melton. Clock at 6. The Nets need to get off a shot here. Here's Johnson. Again, the Nets score.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
A mistake by the defense. You can't let Ball's teammates get open because he will find them.
Melton up top, pounded by Ball. It's Thomas on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. The kick out to Williams. Johnson passes to Williams. Pass to Thomas. Fader on the way. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
You know, he made an easy shot so much harder, and it really cost him the bucket, guys.
Well, if you don't overthink it, what Cam Thomas does on offense is very impressive at his age, Doris.
I think, B.A., what you love about Cam Thomas is he is fearless. He doesn't concern himself with efficiency. His mindset is, I'm going to score, and if I've missed the last 10, it doesn't matter. This next one's going in.
The Bulls trail by 9. Williams on the wing. Pass to Buzelis. Nice move. And the the layup is up and in. Buzelis has got 5 points in the quarter.
He still needs to fill out to be more physical down there, and that will come with time. But Buzelis can handle his own.
The Bulls have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Vucevic with it. Outside White. Now Williams. 4-3. White can't hit.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Then this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Hey, you can't block it. Sending him to the line could be the next best thing.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the game now. And Williams drops them both.
It can help a big man's game to hit those free throws. It keeps the defense from getting too aggressive.
Pass to Vucevic. For 3, Smith. Brooklyn pulls it in. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Russell from outside hits the trifecta. Russell's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
A volume three-point shooter. The coaching staff encourages Russell to fire away.
And down it goes. 2 points.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
The 3 from Russell. And the Nets, another 3.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Sharp passes to Johnson. Outside, Williams. Pass to Johnson. Back to Johnson. Outside Johnson. Williams a screen on Giddey. Jones comes with a double team. This one for 3. The shot by Johnson, no good. And Giddey has got the ball here for Chicago. Trailing by 13. That one drops for him. Giddey's got 10 points in the game.
That's outstanding footwork by Josh Giddey. Finishing the painted area. I can do that too.
Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And he makes the first.
At the line for the Nets.
And both free throws good for Russell.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Chicago's gone 1 of 4 here in the 3rd from range. Outside Giddey. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. This will be his 3rd free throw of the game. That free throw good from Giddey. 5 ticks left in the 3rd quarter. The kick out to Johnson. It'll count. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Big-time shot.
And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Brooklyn out in front. They lead by 13. And time for a short break. Stay right there. The 4th quarter is coming up next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. 0 chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. On the floor for the Nets, D'Angelo Russell is out there with Johnson. Then there's Sharp, and it's Wilson in at the 3. Lets it go from the wing. The shot by Johnson, no good.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Jones from outside. Brooklyn pulls it in. Here's Wilson. Outside Johnson. Pass to Russell. Tries the spin move. Sharp a screen on Herter. Russell from outside. That one is off. Bulls trail by 13. And there's the lob. Ooh, the dunk by Smith.
Boy, you've got to have tremendous hands. Good finish by Jalen Smith.
Sharp passes to Russell. Ooh, stolen by Smith. In transition. Now here's Giddey, tightly guarded. There's Herter with the 3. Sends it home from 3-point land. Herter's got his first 3 points of the game.
When the defense totally lost track of him, he punishes them with a 3-pointer. That's a bad decision.
inside Russell. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Russell's got 11 in the second half.
D'Angelo Russell is not afraid to make some big-time momentum-swinging shots. Nice to see him answer back right there.
Brooklyn leading by 9. Johnson for 3. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Giddey's got 4 rebounds in the game. To the inside. Some room here for Jones. And Chicago again with a bucket.
Well, good vision from the inside and kicking it to the perimeter.
The Nets have gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. He shoots. Collins with the rebound. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Berger from long range. Nails it from 3. And now just a 4-point Nets lead.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Wilson. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. And the Nets lead by 7.
And just a painful blow right there. I mean, eyeing the lead, they give up a big triple.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
Well, I also noticed, guys, how much they move the ball in this one. Selfless, willing to pass the ball to a teammate with a better look.
So Brooklyn ends up going with a new group. Pass to Thomas. Johnson a screen on White. Shot clock at 5. Thomas, that's good. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. Claxton against Collins. Fires from deep. Brooklyn with the board. Claxton's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Takes it inside. Thomas outside. Wide open look. Williams grabs the board.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Brooklyn leading by 7. And here's Thomas from the arc. They get the rebound. And Claxton throws it down.
And just an incredible effort on the offensive glass.
Wow, follows it up with the putback to finish the play. There's 48 seconds left in the game. Ball no good. Don't do anything silly. Just ride out the clock.
Yes, if they take their time and execute, the game is all theirs.
The Bulls making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in.
Into the game for your Bulls. Number 9, Nikola Vucevic.
And here's Ball. Pass to Williams. Jacks up with 3. Claxton with a rebound. There's 25 seconds left to play in the fourth. And here's Thomas from the arc. He can't hit that time. Now here's Ball. So we see Brooklyn get the win here. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can